powerful Mexican drug cartel has allegedly taken responsibility for the kidnapping of 4 U.S. citizens.
United States. Now a new and more deadly threat has emerged.
Footage had emerged of that CJNG convoy. These gunmen call themselves the elite group and pledge allegiance to El Chapo,
or CJNG, specifically designed to disrupt an attempt by the Mexican military.
Did you know there's a cartel that is thought to be the most ruthless and savage in history? Many people have been terrified by its actions. There have been many in the world of organized crime, but none are as notorious as the cartels we're discussing today. The one who bears the blame for countless deaths, widespread corruption, and insecurity in the regions where it operates. We'll take a closer look at this notorious criminal organization in this video, exploring its origins and its uncontrolled crime in Mexico and the United States. You won't believe the shocking details we've discovered. The story begins with the criminal syndicate Gulf Cartel, based in Matamoros, Tamaulipas, Mexico. Founded in the 1930s by Juan Nepomuceno Guerra. Made up of Mexican deserters specially trained in the US. This group was the first cartel to operate like a military unit, with a style of fighting that included advanced weaponry and tactics. Soon, other cartels in Mexico followed, and violence became a pandemic in the region. One of those cartels, Los Zetas, took savagery to a whole new level. Its history can be traced back to the late 1990s, when they began working as enforcers for the Gulf Cartel. They were known for their brutality and became feared for their ability to carry out operations with precision and efficiency. Over time, they became an integral part of the Gulf Cartel's operations, playing a crucial role in its drug trafficking and other criminal activities. In February 2010, the group decided to break away from the Gulf Cartel and form their own criminal organization. This move gave birth to Los Zetas, an independent entity, and quickly rose to become one of the most powerful and feared drug cartels in Mexico. They expanded their operations rapidly in many parts of the country, giving them a geographical reach that surpassed their rivals, the Sinaloa Cartel. Even with its initial success, Los Zetas has faced significant challenges in recent years. The group has become fragmented and seen its influence diminish as a result of various factors, including intense pressure from law enforcement, internal power struggles, and conflicts with rival cartels. Nevertheless, Los Zetas remains a testament to the enduring power and resilience of Mexico's criminal underworld. Los Zetas glorified violence and rewarded their soldiers with medals of honor for their political prowess. During their reign, homicides in Mexico rose dramatically, and crime scenes became even more gruesome. Los Zetas burned individuals in 55-gallon drums of diesel, dismembered countless bodies, and gruesome beheadings without fear or consequence. Los Zetas was one of the most powerful and feared cartels in Mexico, but began to lose traction in early 2010 due to increased government pressure, infighting, and competition from other criminal groups. Following the fragmentation of the Los Zetas cartel, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG, emerged as a major player in Mexico's drug trade. The CJNG was reportedly founded in 2010 by Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, also known as El Chapo, a former member of the Mayo Cartel who had been associated with the Sinaloa Cartel. Initially, the CJNG operated as an offshoot of the Sinaloa Cartel, but soon began to assert its independence and challenge other cartels for control of key drug trafficking routes and territories. The group's aggressive tactics and willingness to use extreme violence quickly made it one of the most feared criminal organizations in Mexico, with a level of violence and brutality that is unmatched by other cartels in the region. Founded by former members of the Mayo Cartel and the Sinaloa Cartel, the CJNG quickly rose to power and established its base of operations in the state of Jalisco, where it has built a formidable criminal empire. While having its origins in Jalisco, the CJNG has expanded its operations to other states in Mexico and beyond. It has established a presence in other Latin American countries, such as Colombia and Costa Rica, and has even crossed the border into the United States. This expansion has allowed CJNG to diversify its criminal activities and increase its profits. reinvesting and expanding its operations and consolidating its power. The CJNG is involved in a wide range of criminal activities, including drug trafficking, extortion, kidnapping, and assassination. Its primary source of revenue is drug trafficking, particularly the production and distribution of methamphetamine and fentanyl.
Were called upon the Cartel Jalisco to come to Mexico to teach their cooks how to make methamphetamine and fentanyl with those precursors.
The CJNG is known for its use of extreme violence against its rivals and those who cross it, including beheadings, dismemberment, and torture. It's also notorious for targeting law enforcement officials and government officials who interfere with its operations, often using high-powered weapons and military-grade tactics.
They have a very intelligent strategy, which is basically branding themselves and looking like paramilitary power. They do have their full letters, right? The CJNG on their vests. They dress as properly military. They also have these high-caliber guns. They have what they call those monstros, which are really basically like man-made tanks, you know?
Regardless of the efforts of law enforcement and government, the CJNG continues to operate with impunity, thanks to its use of sophisticated technology and vast financial resources. The cartel's known for its ability to corrupt law enforcement officials and politicians, which allows it to operate with a level of impunity that is almost unheard of in other criminal organizations. In recent years, the Mexican government has launched a series of crackdowns on the CJNG, but the cartel has proven to be extremely resilient and difficult to dislodge. In addition to its criminal activities, the CJNG is also involved in a range of social and political activities, such as providing support to local communities and sponsoring political candidates. This allows for a degree of legitimacy and support among the population, making it difficult to combat. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG, has gained a reputation as one of the most ruthless and violent criminal organizations in Mexico, due to its involvement in numerous violent crimes, including the killing of 15 police officers in 2015. The ambush took place in the state of Jalisco. The officers were targeted by CJNG members who used high-powered weapons and grenades to attack. The assault not only demonstrated the organization's military-style tactics, but also signaled the growing power and reach of the CJNG. In 2018, the cartel made international headlines when it assassinated Jalisco gubernatorial candidate Aristoteles Sandoval while he was dining at a restaurant in Puerto Vallarta. Sandoval's death marked one of the highest-profile political assassinations in Mexico's history and serves as a grim reminder of the CJNG's ability to carry out attacks with impunity. The CJNG's primary source of income is drug trafficking, and the organization has been linked to several high-profile drug seizures. In 2015, Mexican authorities seized over a ton of cocaine from a CJNG stash house, making it one of the largest drug busts in the country's history. The cartel's involvement in drug trafficking extends beyond Mexico, with a significant presence in countries such as Colombia and Costa Rica. However, drug trafficking is not the only criminal activity in which the CJNG is involved. The cartel is known for use of extortion, kidnapping, and assassination to maintain control over territories and eliminate competitors. The CJNG's violent tactics have led to being designated a terrorist organization by the United States and law enforcement. In 2019, the U.S. Department of the Treasury designated several CJNG members and their businesses for sanctions due to their involvement in corrupt activities. The sanctions were aimed at disrupting the cartel's financial network and cutting off its access to the global financial system. The CJNG is known for its use of social media and other online platforms to promote its activities and intimidate rivals. In 2011, the cartel posted videos on YouTube showing the torture and execution of several members of a rival cartel. This kind of violence and brutality is a hallmark of the CJNG's operations, which marks a high level of violence and ruthlessness. In May 2015, members of the cartel used a rocket-propelled grenade, RPG, to shoot down a military helicopter. The incident took place in the western state of Jalisco, where the CJNG is based. The military helicopter was conducting a surveillance mission in the area when it came under attack. The attackers fired an RPG at the helicopter, causing it to crash and killing all 9 people on board. The attack was a significant escalation in the CJNG's campaign of violence against Mexican authorities. It demonstrated the cartel's access to sophisticated weaponry and its willingness to use it against the state. The Mexican government responded to the attack by launching a major military operation against the CJNG, which resulted in the capture of several of the group's top leaders. The incident highlighted the challenges that Mexican authorities face in combating organized crime groups like the CJNG. The cartel and its members have been known to use such tactics as shooting down military helicopters to assert their dominance and challenge the state's authority. Despite efforts by Mexican and U.S. law enforcement agencies to dismantle the CJNG, the cartel remains a powerful and violent criminal organization. In recent years, it has reportedly expanded its operations to Europe and Asia, indicating its continued ambition and reach. The CJNG's ability to operate on an international scale highlights the challenges that law enforcement agencies face in combating transnational organized crime. These are just some of the notable facts and activities of the CJNG. It's important to remember that the violence and corruption associated with this and other criminal organizations have had a devastating impact on the people and institutions of Mexico and other countries affected by their operations. What are your predictions for the future of CJNG? Do you think the group will fragment into smaller rival factions, or will the legacy of terror persist beyond this current moment of turmoil and chaos?